Following my video on the Spectacular Spider-Man, I've decided to maintain a similar theme and discuss a more recent animated incarnation of the superhero and his world, 2017's disappointing Marvel Spider-Man, of which I've watched 13 episodes. Bear this number in mind, as well as the fact this video is based on personal opinion. As with most adaptations, Marvel Spider-Man follows the exploits of high school student Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. Oh sorry, that was a total spoiler. Peter told me to keep it a secret. This leads to one of the show's obvious issues. It feels extremely formulaic, adding little to no enjoyable nuance to this over-familiar concept. Its uninspired feel is reflected by inexpressive animation, muted colour palette, and basic character design, which isn't flavoured by any stylization or energy like the Spectacular Spider-Man's minimalist style was. The few attempts the show makes at reimagining the premise result in disappointing characterization. The vast majority of characters Peter's age are reinvented as super geniuses who can effortlessly build advanced technology. Many are explicitly specified to even be smarter than him. That sounds like a tragic misunderstanding of what appeals to many about the Spider-Man mythos. He isn't shown to be bullied or an outcast, but it is specified that he has been. Spidey is often heavily assisted by the supporting cast, and many even develop their own superpowered altered egos. Is everyone powerful in this universe? Next you'll be telling me Peter Parker is Spider- Oh wait, he is, that's the point. The fact many characters are superpowered geniuses robs Spidey of any important individuality, and it really feels like a... Here we go again. Tragic misunderstanding of what appeals to many about the Spider-Man mythos. The one trait that does separate Pete from the other characters is his forceful need to remind viewers of his intellect by using overly technical terms in general conversation, reducing a lot of the relatability that Peter Parker usually conveys and possibly making viewers, however guilty they felt, wish that Peter was bullied more often in this continuity. Spider-Man almost seems surplus to requirements at times, but I guess surplus Spider-Man wasn't a title they ever considered. One noticeable trait of Spidey is that he now dabs. Spy-Dab-Man, Spider-Dab. If you think those were bad jokes, you should hear the ones they use on this show. Actually, you probably shouldn't, you're not missing a lot. One frustrating feature that I've never heard mention of in other reviews is the lengthy over-explanation of motives and actions that are already clear, like Peter finding a secluded area and emerging as Spy-Dab-Man. Yes, I'm committed to the name now, and saying, "Oh, it's a good thing I went into that secluded area to get changed in my superhero outfits. Now no one will know I'm actually Spider-Man." Not a direct quote, but surprisingly similar ones exist. Also, they totally should have given me the role. Even I was convinced that I was actually Peter Parker for a second. Naturally, Spidey talks a lot. He has to be talkative, but usually the series artistically justifies the reason, as opposed to simply having him talk to himself regularly. Spectacular Spider-Man used internal monologue, Ultimate Spider-Man used annoying cutaways, and the 90s animated series had him simply talking to himself regularly. Fair enough, but back then they didn't have as much chance to benefit from the mistakes of other adaptations. The 60s show existed, but there are no mistakes in that, it's gold. Episodes alternate between feeling too rushed or bloated, the latter by misplaced, irrelevant, mundane flashbacks of Uncle Ben that seldom relate to the episode situation. Oh, I can see why they did that. It's well obviously the point is yeah, I don't know why they did it. The series is not inherently awful, but definitely uninspired in terms of storytelling and character. While still disappointing as a product from a major studio, this same year is a refreshing and well understood take on the webhead. A lot of the flaws are minimizing, and it does have positives, like Spider-Man using intuition when fighting, or logical use of other Marvel characters, and more recently signs of character arcs development. While for me he'll never match the Spectacular Spider-Man or the 90s animated series or even the 2003 series, or the 60s series of which there's absolutely nothing to make fun of, Marvel's Spider-Man can be saved. If Sam Raimi's films could improve after the third... Oh, never mind. If anyone is enticed to watch it, then picking a later episode may be advisable given its gradual improvement. Thanks for watching my latest video on Spider-Man animation. While there will be other Spider-Man animation videos, this won't be the sole focus of the channel. Subscribe if you enjoy the content, and if you don't watch my next video, I'm assuming that's because you've taken up a superpowered altered ego. This show implies that everyone does eventually. If that happens, your secret's safe with me and the rest of the internet.